My friends, I have a couple different hobbies. When I'm not comparing bulges, I'm reading comments like this. Now, what's great about comments like this is that typically when you see the work done by people that leave comments like this, whether that's on Instagram, on TikTok, or on YouTube, you see their body of work and it looks a little bit like this. Hey guys, Cardfucker52 here. Make sure to hit the subscribe button. I apologize for my sweat. It's really hot. I just came from doing groceries, and apparently that store likes to pretend like they're in downtown Nicaragua. So they don't have any air conditioner. Great. So I'm going to show you this force with this crummy deck of playing cards. The reason for that is so that it proves to you that you could do this with any deck of cards, because we're going to be doing a force from a pressure fan. So here we're just simply going to do a pressure fan, and we're going to have the participant call stop. Now we're going to spread the cards here so they could call stop anywhere they want. Let's say the participant calls stop as I run my finger down the length of the cards. Let's say they call stop over here. I go, great. Let's reach in and see the card. Please remember that card. I'll tell you what, I'm going to put it back in the deck and I want you to mix it up. Of course, it doesn't matter because I know what the card is. So this is based on an ancient thing from Tarbell. Now, Richard Austin has playing around with this in his DVD series, I believe Mind Mysteries, as a routine called Tribute to Tarbell. But the basic concept is this. We have the cards facing us. We're going to have the participant that has picked a card, and we're going to have them hold their finger above the deck. Now, of course, we could do this ourselves, but we're going to hold either the participant's fingers or our finger, and we're going to have the participant bring down their finger wherever it is they want. Now, of course, this is going to be a timing-based force. Now, when you have the participant bring down their finger, we're hoping that they bring down their finger where we want them to, which is going to be their selected card, which of course we could see because the cards are facing us. So it is a fairly difficult thing to do, but with sufficient practice, you're going to be able to do that particular means of doing this style of force. Now, what I'm going to show you guys here today is a mechanical force, so it's going to work each and every single time. Now, the force card is going to be on top of the deck. Now, the advantage too of using a pressure fan is that it doesn't matter the condition of the cards. A pressure fan is still going to be able to be done regardless as to how crummy the cards are. So you could use a really bad deck of cards like this that has been pretty much through the washing machine. You could use a brand new deck. It doesn't matter. They're still going to spread and you're still going to be able to do this force. So you're going to have to learn how to do a pressure fan, which is something you could learn on, I don't know, maybe a subscription-based academy service. I keep shilling it every video. Maybe you might want to check it out. Super cheap, very reasonable. You get access to over 1,000 videos. If only such service existed. So the force card is going to be on top of the deck. In this case, let's say it is the Jack of Diamonds, and we're going to do a pressure fan. Now, we're not going to do a complete pressure fan, meaning that we're not going to do it so that you could see each and every single card. When it comes to the last couple cards, meaning the top of the deck, we're going to be a little bit more tight. So we want these cards to stick together a little bit more so than the others. Now, what's going to happen here is that as we are adjusting the cards, we're actually going to bring this card to a position where it's going to be separated from the spread. So we're just doing this under the guise of showing them more cards so they have more of a free choice. Really, I'm just hiding the sucker behind the actual fan. So because of that, it's not going to matter where the participant calls stop. I'm just going to put my thumb on that card, and I'm just going to bring my finger down the length of the cards like this, and generally have the participant call stop wherever it is they want. It's not going to matter because all I'm going to do is just pull that card supposedly from the area they called stop. Really, I'm just pulling it from behind the spread. Magic's not too difficult. So it really doesn't matter where they called stop. Let's say they called stop over here. I'm just going to reach into the fan and look at what's happening. I'm just pulling this card from behind the fan as if it's coming from that spot. So I'm going to put a little bit of pretend pressure as if the card is actually coming from between the cards. And then I'm going to show them the card and have them remember it. Now, the advantage to this being a force card is that you could then put it back into the deck without any moves whatsoever, hand them the deck, they could shuffle it, and of course all it takes is just you removing the jokers and then cutting their card to the top of the deck, and you have a very easy card force and a card control. So one more time from the back angle here, you're going to fan the cards. You're going to be a little bit more tight with these cards because that card is going to get pushed in towards the spread. Now, of course, this is being covered as you are spreading the cards a little bit more to give them more options, which is a lie. And here, it's not going to matter where they call stop. So let's say they call stop over here. You're just going to go, great, reach into the fan, apparently pull that card out, show it to them as if that's the spot where they picked the card, and now put it back, give them the deck, and you have forced the card on the participant. Now, if you want to do something similar to that Tarbell bit that I talked about earlier, instead of doing it with the cards facing to them, just do it with the cards facing to you. So the way that we would do that is as follows. We're going to have them pick any card they want. We're going to have them ignore all the sweat stains on your wife beater. and you're going to control that card to the bottom of the deck. One means that I like to do it is by lifting up here, and instead of establishing a break above it, by pushing up on the card, I'm actually establishing a break below that card. And now I could just do a simple double undercut, bringing that card to the face of the deck. Now, as I do that, I'm going to turn the cards to myself, and here is where I'm going to pressure fan the cards ready for the force. So this is actually great to do with couples. So you could have this participant pick the card, and then you can have this participant find the card, thus showing that the power of their relationship knows no boundaries. And of course, the method is the exact same thing. We're doing the pressure fan. We're putting that card into position as we separate the rest of the cards, apparently to give them more of an option, really, is so that we could put that card ready to be forced. And we're going to have them call stop. Now, we could bring our finger like this. We could bring our finger like this. It doesn't matter. It's just based on personal preference. Let's say for the sake of explanation, they call stop over here. We just apparently reach into that spot. We pull out the card from that spot. We could ask the participant what card they picked, and then show that the power of love is in fact infallible. So that's just a fun force that I put in one of my old notebooks, right after reading that Tarbell bit. I wanted to have a mechanical version of doing it. You might not like it, you might absolutely love it, right? But I'm putting it here so you guys have something to, I don't know, work on, other than how to talk to women and not completely throw up. That's what I'm working on. Man, this is great, man. It's always great to see you guys here. I've been posting more shorts on the channel because apparently that's how I could trick the YouTube gods into thinking that my channel is actually worth it. But it's still not going to stop me from posting tutorials. I'm still never going to stop posting tutorials. And if you want to see where I post the most tutorials, check out the PigCake Magic Academy. Some people are complaining that I shill the Magic Academy a lot, which is dumb because that's how I make my living. And that's where I put the majority of my effort in my life, is in the PigCake Magic Academy. So of course I'm going to shill it. I don't know what to say here at the end of the video. Usually I like to have a little quip, a little bit, something that's happened. Everything's chill. Everything's good. BJ's, just went to BJ's. It's a wholesaler, if you guys are not familiar with this particular thing because you're overseas and the stores that you happen to go to are terrible. When I was in England, your grocery stores are abysmal. They're the size of my apartment, which isn't saying much. We have wholesalers that you go to, you apply, you have a membership. All they require is just for you to be breathing, and you could buy things in bulk. You could buy a 2,000 pack of coffee filters. So now I have coffee filters for my my future grandchildren. So maybe you guys should take a note from that overseas. I see you again, when I see you again. When I see you again, 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 when I see you again.